Hello and good morning. It's for this morning on Channels Television. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
It feels so good to be here. Welcome once again. I'm Yemi Adebayo.
Yes, we hope you had a great weekend, and it's time to do the business as usual on your award-winning station. So please stay with us while we move along. I'm yours truly, Ayotunde Balogun.
Okay, let's get started with the big one. Last night, of course, the Golden Eaglets, for them, they're just one match away from getting to the finals. And of course, for the 4-time champion, they were able to blow out Brazil, the 3-time champion, in just 5 minutes to get into the semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup there in Chile.
All right, still talking about football. We come home, talk about Nigeria Professional Football League, 7th title loading, and we're talking about Eyimba of Aba, the closing in on the title. Needs just a draw to confirm. Some are already celebrating in some places, but mathematically, just a draw, and everything is sealed.
Interesting. They say 7 is the perfect number for many.
Number of perfection.
So let's see if they can get it right. Of course, it's still talking football, but outside our shores, yes, it's trying times indeed for that man, the one they call the special one. Well, some say perhaps he's not really special or happy at the moment. Well, for Chelsea's Jose Mourinho, how much longer will he have to wait to turn things around and start winning for the Blues, especially as it concerns the English Premier League? Don't forget, they are the champions from last season, and they need to start winning. Otherwise, no one knows what will happen to Mourinho in the dugout. Okay.
No one knows what will happen to Jose Mourinho, but I know what's going to happen to Chelsea.
We were actually waiting over the weekend, on Saturday, immediately after the game, for something drastic to happen. But well, I guess we have to. Well, for some of us,
He's
maybe
the
not
right
for all.
man for the job. They don't have a choice.
All right.
But
in any case,
I think I like that.
Oh, okay. But in any case, aside from that, because I wouldn't want us to start trashing Jose Mourinho. Rugby World Cup final, guys. It's come and finally gone. New Zealand doing the job as we expected them to for the All Blacks, winning 34-17 against Australia. Interesting times.
The Wallabies won't agree that it was expected.
Well, but if you look at the run, you stick out your neck and say, these guys might just go all the way.
Coming into this tournament, you had 3 top teams, in my opinion. You had the Springboks, you had the Wallabies, and you had the All Blacks. And no one has ever retained the Rugby World Cup.
Historic.
So based on that, we were thinking, okay, maybe the Wallabies or the Springboks will have something. Those 3 in that category, all former champions. So we were thinking something could happen. But in New Zealand, the All Blacks, a lot of guys in that team would retire immediately after this. So it was a fitting send-off. And the drama before the final about the coach of the Wallabies not calling the All Blacks by their name, always refusing, so that it will make them less intimidating. Because everybody understands that when it comes to rugby, you have to take New Zealand seriously. And Cecilia was talking about the rivalry between Australia and New Zealand. Apart from football, in every sport, cricket, every other thing, those two. But the All Blacks did the job, and they go into history as the first team to be able to do it.
And also the first team to win it.
And this will be the last time we will see guys like Ricky Mature, all of those big guys,
phenomenal. Dan
Carter, some of those top guys.
I think he emerged as the best player, talking about Dan Carter at this championship, and rightly so, because he was the backbone.
Instrumental.
I think something I actually wanted Australia to win it, because I was going to look at a situation whereby you're having New Zealand Prime Minister having to wear a tie.
To be humbling.
You to be humbling. He also needs a collar, when he's going to the parliament and all that, because that was what the Australian Prime Minister
please
said.
Win.
Exactly, so that
we have an agreement
with him, so that when he gets to win, he gets to wear the color, the All Blacks color. But at the end of the day, they just couldn't.
Like Nelson Mandela did way back when South Africa won.
No, that's not humiliating. He wore the Springboks. But this one, you're going to wear an opposing team to your parliament.
It's just like you haven't between the president of Nigeria, of course, president of Ghana, and they say, okay, should the Super Eagles get to win the Nations Cup against Ghana in the finals, then the Ghanaian president will go to their own National Assembly
and put on
wearing the super green, white, green tie. So that's the flag
Wow.
for them. I mean,
Oh,
that's
okay.
really, so at the end of the day, it just didn't happen. So I think they're really lucky to
They're
take
really
away
lucky,
with that, because
yeah.
I was actually waiting for it, how it's going to pan.
Just for that reason.
Just for that reason.
That's how I was waiting for it, but it just didn't happen.
You look at the stats, really, of course,
It's amazing.
yeah, amazing. Daniel Carter, again, for me, was just absolutely phenomenal. And, of course, you talk about the tries, too, where you had the likes of Ma Nonu and Nay Milner-Skota. That's for New Zealand, you know, leading the way. So
At some point, the Aussies were, you know, well, I call them the Aussies, they're also the Wallabies. They were closing in, but you know, it was a matter of who wanted it more.
Yeah.
And the All Blacks just came, and you know, and I think the experience counted. Before the final, the coach Steve Hansen was saying, "Look, I am going to rely on the experience of." I mean, and in total, you look at the experience of some of those key guys.
Yes, 7 of them, yes.
No team has that. And you know, even in football, we talk about it. When you have a team that has been through the highs and the lows
of the game.
together, on days like that, they're able
turn
to,
up.
you know, just bring it to play. And that's what the All Blacks did. I mean, a lot to be said in the days to come. But the most important thing now is that they have written down their names in the history books.
Definitely, and of course, up next is going to be 2019 in Japan.
Wow.
We'll see if Australia can, of course, because some of the players are actually young, and of course, the coach is saying that, you know, with them having to play these big teams and all that, they would definitely want to learn from from that experience. 2019, definitely, they will have something better,
Cecilia,
to come away.
It will also be good to see what happens when Japan hosts the Rugby World Cup, because usually the superpowers in rugby are the ones that have hosted the previous edition. So you know, seeing rugby in a country that is not really known for rugby, it's going to be interesting to see. But we hear that
it's actually
rugby is
it's
growing.
yes, in Japan, especially that defeat. You know, that
humiliating defeats in the past has made people.
I'm talking about the game, this current,
Yes,
you know, when
they
they beat
defeated
South
South
Africa.
Africa.
So I think that actually, you know,
That is
gave it
recent.
kind of a
That
rise.
is
Just
recent.
yes.
But in the last 5, 6 years,
If they have to meet again, South Africa might just take it out on them. So, you know, it's one of those victories you just don't expect, but it happens.
when it comes, you enjoy it. You might not get it another time. So you just enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. But guys, really, would you say this Rugby World Cup has been the best we've seen so far?
I think so. Yeah, for me, I think so, because of the upset and all. There are some teams you just don't expect to lose. When you're having England, the host nation, couldn't even make it to the quarterfinals. For the first time, you're having a host nation not making it past the group stage, and of course, defeats to Ireland, losing to Argentina, and of course, we talk about the upset, Japan and the Springboks, talking about South Africa. So those are the things you look at. You know that definitely, and of course, you're having the last 4 people who actually got last 4 countries who qualified for the semi-finals were definitely not from where we expected. We didn't see the likes of Ireland, likes of Wales, teams we expect to actually make it to the semi-finals. All we were seeing was actually Argentina, South Africa, New Zealand, and of course Australia. So we expected at least one of these other countries, Wales, Ireland, England, to actually be in that semi-finals, but they were just not there.
I think I disagree. Argentina is the only team I didn't expect to see in that semi-final. You go to any rugby tournament on current form, you expect the Springboks, you expect the All Blacks and the Wallabies to be among the 3. If they don't get to play themselves, and we had that luck that they didn't get to, and of course the way they finished in their groups ensured, that it didn't happen early. And so it happened at that stage.
So you definitely say it was a fitting final, Australia, New Zealand.
You can't get anything better than that.
Okay, we all enjoyed it. Okay.
Well, I guess we have to move on with the show, guys, if we can.
We will. And what we do right now is to bring you into all of the things that we're doing, and we want to know how you feel, what you want to say about Jose Mourinho, if you want to. The Golden Eaglets, of course, they just concluded the Rugby World Cup, and a whole lot of things happening in the amazing, entertaining, and exciting world of sports. And that's how you can do it. Just in case you're joining us for the first time, you can get your thoughts, your views across to us on Facebook. It is Channels iPhone Sports on Facebook. On Twitter, it is Channels_Sports. And by the way, I must tell you that is a verified handle on Twitter. And of course, you can also send us a mail. We promise to read it. It is, you can go to Sports This Morning at channelstv.com. You can send a mail to us. We will read it. You can get your thoughts. Speak up and be heard on the show this morning.
All right.
Okay, definitely that's the way it is. We just quickly talked about the Golden Eagles first. So what happened last night? I mean, we expected victory, but I didn't know it was going to be over like in 5 minutes. It's not as if they didn't play the other halves, but it was just a moment of 5 minutes, and of course the Eaglets took advantage of that and ensured that it was nailed there.
You know, when I saw you this morning, we were talking about it, and what happened, the things that preceded that 5 minutes will make you think that that 5 minutes would never have happened.
Yeah.
Our goalkeeper, Hakpan, incidentally, some people were saying that it should be dropped, you know, for that game. Incidentally, I could top draw saves, like 4-5 saves, and if the Brazilians, Junior Sambas, had scored, we probably would have. We probably, but what if doesn't count
like you normally say, you know.
in football. But kudos to the lads, took their chances, and they were clinical in front of goal. And I guess that was the difference. At some point, our boys were just content to allow the Brazilians do whatever they wanted to do with the ball, but they were very dangerous on the break. And you know, names of the goal scorers.
Names of the goal scorers. Victor Osimhen again, looking sharp in front of goal. He's 8th now in 5 games, leading the way as we expect. So kudos to him. I was actually delighted because if you saw that goal, the way he leaped and got that header, his height is always an advantage for him.
I hope that.
And yeah, he took good use of it. And Kingsley Michael too, that volley, fantastic one as well in the 30th minute. Technique, fine technique for an under 17-year-old. It shows the depth in his play. And of course, Udochukwu Anamadu, that volley from.
It was more like a gift from the goalkeeper. More like a gift from the goalkeeper. But we accept it. No, we accept it. It's a gift, but we accept it.